Hi, I'm Dr. Anitra Shelton-Quinn, psychologist and expert life coach. And I have been in the field of psychology for nearly 20 years. And over that long stint of time, I've had the opportunity to learn so many things about what allows us to be successful and what hampers or kills our success. Now, having been in the field all these years, I have developed such a desire to give back to all those out there trying to figure out, how do I reach my goals? Can I ever reach my dreams? What is my potential? So what I've done is decided to start this video blogging series that will give you extensive information, great insight, and actual to-dos every day to help you reach your personal best. So today we're going to talk about a specific concept that I like to call the silent killer of dreams. The silent killer of dreams. Let's let that resonate for a minute. Think about that. The silent killer of dreams. You know, I'm a pretty optimistic person, and I'm also a very spiritual person. I believe that God gives dreams, and once we step into those dreams, I really believe there is a direct correlation between your dreams, your purpose, and the promise that has been laid up for you. Okay? The promises, your opportunity. How do you reach potential? How do you get to your dreams? Or is a dream just a fleeting thought? I would argue that it is not. Dream, by definition, according to Merriam-Webster, a dream is something that is notable for its beauty, its excellence, or its enjoyable quality. It is your ideal. Where do you want to be? Where do you see yourself? I had an interesting conversation last week with a colleague. We were in a training and we were just talking about some of our aspirations, dreams, and desires and where we were in the process. Point of reference, and I'll give you several points of reference or points to notate. Notate that it is always helpful to talk about your dreams. It's always helpful to identify someone who is going to help you to be accountable to your dreams, okay? This point of note 1 or point of reference 1. Always identify someone you can talk to about your dreams. So let me keep moving on. Now, a dream is something that is notable or for its beauty, its excellence, or its enjoyable quality. There are things that each and every one of us aspire for and desire to have that we look at and we say, I don't think I'll ever be able to do that. That is just not, I'm just not fit for that. Or that's just not a part of me. I just won't be able to reach that goal. So I just kind of dream about it in my mind and never work towards it. It's just not going to happen for me. Let me say to you, yes it can, and yes it will. I'm looking at you. I'm talking to you. Yes it can, and yes it will. And I'm going to help you get there. So let's talk about dreams. We're going to talk about the silent killer of dreams. What is that silent killer? It's fear. Fear yokes so many people. It yokes the dream around the neck, and it does not release it. Okay? And it kills the dream. Okay? It squeezes out every living piece of motivation, hope, aspiration of that dream. And there are certain ways that it does it, and we'll talk about that as we go on. But let's actually look at what fear is defined as. Fear, also defined by Merriam-Webster, is identified as an unpleasant, strong emotion that is often caused by expectation of danger. Danger. Now, when we talk about danger, that may or may not be the actual physicality of danger. It could be the fear of what is considered unlikable. For example, the fear of failure. Many dreams are silenced by the fear of failure. Fear that I may not ever reach that goal. What are they going to say if I don't if it is not successful, if I can't make it work? Fear, the silent killer of dreams. Now, let me ask you a question. When I was talking to the colleague last week, one of the things that I posed a question, and I said, what would you be? Where would you be if it were not for fear? She gave me an answer, but then I started to really think about that thing myself. Where would you be? Who would you be? How would you be if it were not for fear? Think about that. Where would you be? Who would you be? How would you be if it were not for fear? And I began to think about those who have made great strides in our community. I have a question for you. In 1886, do you think that Carl Benz, the inventor of the first modern automobile, had fear? Of course he did. Of course he did. There was some level of, what if it doesn't work? But he didn't let fear stop him. He continued to move forward. He did not let fear kill his dream. I submit to you today, whatever it is you're dreaming about, whatever God has planted in you to go and obtain, whatever God has given you to go and possess the land, to go do, I admonish you, do it. And I'm going to help you get there. I'm going to help you get there. If you tune into these videos every day, you're going to reach that goal. I'm going to give you specific things to do to help you reach your goal, because there are people that are depending on you to live out your dream. Your dream is not an option. It is a necessity. It is a necessity for your legacy, for your life. It is a necessity. And not just for you, but for all those who come after you. We need your dream to live. We need your dream to live. Now, I'll begin the video on tomorrow that will actually identify some additional barriers to dreams being established. Fear is the first one. It's a silent killer. Once you get past the fear, then you can move to the next level. It's just like going up a stairway. And let me tell you something. When you start moving up, the Word of God says something that I always like to say. We go from glory to glory. He's not going to stop there. He's going to keep taking you higher and higher and higher. But you got to start somewhere. You got to start somewhere. So I charge you, start today. Now and every time we talk, I'm going to give you a homework assignment. Okay? So let's kind of take a brief review. Okay? So we talked about fear being the silent killer of dreams. First note. Okay? The second thing we talked about, we identify what a dream is. And for what we're talking about, a dream is something that is notable for its beauty, excellence, or enjoyable quality. We're talking about enjoyable quality. How do I reach abundant life? How do I reach that quality of life that makes my world just rock? Okay? So we know what fear is. We know what a dream is. We know that, and these are things we learned today. We learned that we've just got to move forward. We've learned that dreams have been planted in us. Dreams have been given to us, not just for us, but for the world. If Carl Benz had not created the first car, where would we be now? Look how important his dream was to the moving forward of not just the nation, but a world. Okay? So your dream is worth it. You are worth your dream. The world needs your dream to live. Now, your homework assignment for today, I want you to get a pad and paper, one that you're not going to throw away, one that you're not going to leave laying and spill coffee on it or whatever. Get a notepad, a journal, or something, because we're going to have ongoing notes, because you're going to reach that goal. You're going to attain that dream, okay? So you get that journal, that binder, whatever whatever you want to use, okay? And I want you to identify or write out what your dream is. Don't be vague. You've got to be specific. Give you an example of being specific. When you are driving in your car and you put in your navigational system that you're going to a specific destination, you give specifics. You don't give a general, just like the city. You actually give 1110 Polygrain Drive in Houston, Texas, or wherever you are, okay? And you do that because you have an identified end. You have an identified goal, and you can't afford to be vague because you want to get to that particular destination. With your dream, I want you to write out specifically in observable terms every aspect of that dream. Don't short yourself. Every aspect of that dream. And then we're going to come back on tomorrow and we're going to identify where to go from there. Let's make your dream a reality. Let's make it happen. You're worth it. The world needs your dream to live. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm Dr. Anitra Shelton-Quinn. Have a blessed night.